Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Wow, everybody got quiet. That's rare for this crowd. Well, first of all, I'm Jeff Peevy. I'll be up here on stage trying to help out as much as I can. I do want to say thank you for taking the time this morning to come to this event. I always like to stress that it's the people within the industry that really makes this industry a great industry. We have very supportive companies and organizations, but at the end of the day, it is the people behind all of that, including the overall industry, that really makes the difference. And makes the difference not just in the industry, but in others' lives and their careers. And I think that's something to really focus on. So again, I want to thank you for being here. You know, if we were to look at our industry and think about what our industry is, and I tried to jot down a few things, which is rare for me, but really it's about people, companies, organizations, and activities involved in the process of producing goods and services in a related way to serve the consumer. And I would say that sums up who we are as a group. I think this event, this awards breakfast, is important for our industry. It is important for the future of our industry. And I appreciate the companies and the organizations and individuals that have supported this effort, because there are so many that do so much for so little to make this industry better. And it is just really a beautiful thing and a very respectful thing that we do to make this industry better for the future generation that's coming, and coming very quickly. So I also encourage you, if you're new to this event, if you're new to SEMA, or you're new to the collision repair industry, we need you. We're excited that you're here. I would love to have the opportunity to meet you, and just know that looking around the room, the people in this room are really here to help you. Most everyone's going to be very willing to help you in your career. And if you show an interest in this industry will certainly show an interest in you, and I think that's important. Today, this morning, we're going to recognize people and businesses that have gone above and beyond their normal activities within the industry in an attempt to make this industry much better. And I ask that you give this and those that are going to be recognized the respect that they deserve, the recognition that they deserve. And this is, again, something that I think is really important. I would encourage you in your organization, if you give awards and you have not participated with this event, I would encourage you to do so and to consider it, because collectively we're stronger than we are when we fragment ourselves. And I think that those that would win any award deserves to be recognized with their peers. And so again, I would stress that that would be something that we certainly would encourage you to do. So I want us to celebrate. I want us to acknowledge the achievements of those that are going to be called up, and also for those that are not. For everyone that's in this room, there's thousands of individuals that give of themselves to make the industry better that are not here, and I want to acknowledge them. And I really think that that's important, that we recognize the good within our industry. We often get caught up in the actual commerce side so much that we need to take the time to just stop and appreciate the good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in alphabetical order with these organizations that are going to be recognizing individuals and companies that have supported them and deserve the recognition that they deserve. So our first up is one of our main sponsors for this event. We certainly need to give them recognition, and that would be BodyShop Business. Let's give them a round of applause. And then I'm going to call Jason Stahl, the editor of BodyShop Business, up for their award.
Awesome, thanks, Jeff.
try to help keep people in the...
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good morning, everybody. So great to see your smiling faces after a year mask-free. Hopefully you've been all good little boys and girls the last couple of days in Sin City. I'm Jason Stahl, editor of BodyShop Business. Probably need no introduction. But since 1984, BodyShop Business has honored a collision repair with the Executive of the Year award. Since 2014, we've been honoring 2 repairs in 2 different categories, single shop and multi-shop. The winners of these prestigious awards are true collision repair visionaries who have experienced great success through innovative thinking, overcoming challenges, and persevering, and have included a few titans, industry titans you might know. Dick Schoonover, Jack Caldwell, Jerry Cacchetti, and Michael Giarizzo Jr., just to name a few. For our single shop winner, I had to do a double take when I saw the nomination form come in because a competing shop nominated him. And in all my years doing this award, I have never seen that. It's usually a coworker or an employee. A competing collision shop nominated him, and I think that says a lot about him. And when you find out who it is, you won't be surprised. So our single shop winner has been working in the collision repair industry for 21 years. He's a second-generation body shop owner and manager who helped his parents grow the business from a small repair shop in the early 1990s behind their home to a $10 million a year plus state-of-the-art collision center that holds numerous luxury OEM certifications, including Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, Jaguar, and many others. He himself is a designated iCar Platinum individual. The nominator said this person has made the most significant impact on the collision industry in North Carolina than any other individual in their history. He helped found the North Carolina Body Shop Association, which is now known as the Carolina Collision Association. He's been a speaker and trainer at the SEMA Show and is currently a board member of the Society of Collision Repair Specialists. Importantly, he gives of his time freely to individual shop owners to help and guide them to do safe, proper, and profitable repairs. He's also a volunteer at his local church. A close colleague and industry friend had this to say about this year's winner. He has the unconditional belief in doing the right thing, no matter what the cost might be or what people think of him. Being as young as he is, to stand out on a ledge by himself and do the things he's done alone, he's taken big risks and shown a lot of courage. He's also shown a willingness to help other shops by educating them on proper repairs unconditionally, asking for nothing in return. So, please help me welcome to the stage Michael Bradshaw of K&M Auto Body as Body Shop Business 2022 Single Shop Executive of the Year.
It's pretty cool, to be honest. This is, man, Kyle told me I was going to get up here and get emotional. No, sincerely, it's been a tremendous amount of work, you know, in this industry in the last 20 years. And the thing that makes me so emotional about it is I've got to do it with my family. And, sorry. Family's really important to me. You know, I grew up in this industry. I saw the struggles, the trials and tribulations that my dad went through. And to be able to put the business in a place where we're able to succeed and prosper has just, it's meant the world to me to be able to do it with my mom and my dad. And God. All right, so try to start over here. You know, we are a true family-owned and operated business. Like I said, my mother and dad, they started it in 1991. I've been there since about 2006. I've got 3 younger brothers that are in the company now. So to be able to see everyone succeed and everyone grow together has been really rewarding for me personally. And that extends to our team as well. You know, the thing that I think with this industry, you know, it's a grind. It can beat you up, right? We all, as body shop owners, employees, managers, we get beat up so much. And the thing that really struck me coming up, you know, in a small town like I'm from, you know, the town I grew up in had a population less than 20,000 people, right? So to come from where we started to where we are now is just mind blowing, and this is surreal. But the biggest thing that struck me in my local market is nobody was anybody's friend in the industry, right? All the body shop owners were cutthroat. They were against each other. And so as I was trying to learn, you know, the outlets that I had at the time were Body Shop Business, right? You know, I remember reading about things that guys like Barry Dorn or Aaron Schulenberg or Ron Bryken or Kai Young were doing in Body Shop Business, and looking up to those guys and appreciating that they were saying a lot of the things that I was thinking, but I didn't have the platform to be able to speak. And, you know, to now 10, 15 years later, those guys are some of my best friends in the world. You know, it's lifelong relationships I've developed. They've become great mentors. You know, and some of them, they I think there's a saying, never meet your heroes, right? Some of them might not live up to the hype. But in all seriousness, they've all been extremely helpful. And so the things that Jason said, you know, my willingness to help others, I never wanted another shop to feel alone like I felt, right? When I was fighting the battles and I was standing up for what I believed was right. And at the end of the day, you know, the right thing in this industry is to repair the vehicle correctly. And that's what I fight for. And that's why I try to train other shops, because you know, it's about people, it's about families that are going in those cars. And, you know, I just want to empower every shop across the country to be able to do the proper repair and get paid for it. Get compensated. We're all owed a fair wage. Our technicians are owed fair wages and proper benefits. And we as business owners, you know, we deserve to make fair wages. And so that has been my driving force. And becoming a part of the SCRS 10 years ago has just been a tremendous impact on me. Learning from all those individuals and how selfless they are. You know, we all travel on our own dime. We attend these meetings here on our own dime. Nobody pays us to be here. The things, you know, we do, like the blend study that a lot of you guys saw yesterday, those were all volunteers, right? So we're there volunteering our time to try to change the industry, to try to push things forward, to try to make it easier on the next person. And that is the biggest thing that has stood out to me is the willingness for the people around our table to make decisions that may not be the best decision for their business, but it's going to be the most impactful decision for the industry. And that kind of selflessness is rare in the world today. So I just, again, greatly appreciate it, extremely humbled. A lot of people are way more deserving than I am, but really appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Michael, for that really heartfelt speech. And you're not alone. I cried yesterday in the casino when I lost $1,000. Moving forward. Our multi-shop winner's collision repair career spans 30 years. He started his career in collision working at a body shop at the tender age of 16. By 1997, he became the general manager of New Lenox Auto Body in Mokina, Illinois, which by 1999 he owned outright and transitioned to a new brand. He proceeded to grow that shop from a single Chicago storefront to a present-day coast-to-coast network of more than 570 collision repair centers across 35 states and Washington, D.C. With each location being built on his values and championing customer service and a people-first culture. In just the last 3 years, his multi-shop network has grown exponentially through a series of strategic acquisitions, including such prominent names as Pacific Elite, Signature, Mike's Auto Body, Pan American Collision Center, and Blake's Auto Body. In 2022, his leadership and bold vision led to the groundbreaking strategic transaction of Service King Collision, which officially positioned his network as a national leader in the collision repair industry. His fierce focus on a people-first culture recently led to the development of an internal lottery program, which serves as a recognition and reward system for frontline team members. The Teammate Lottery provides ongoing opportunities for teammates to be recognized financially on a monthly and quarterly basis. He also spearheaded the development of a unique 5-day leadership training program that takes place in Three Forks, Montana, an experience that is a core cultural training element for operations leaders, promoting trust building, leadership development, operational excellence, team building, and a whole lot more. He has also shown dedication, commitment, and passion for charitable giving and local community engagement. This includes participation in the National Auto Body Council Recycle Rides events, where his team oversees the collection, repair, and donation of vehicles to those in need. Also, participation in the NABC's First Responder Emergency Extrication events, where first responders learn life-saving advanced rescue techniques. He also supports goodwill programs such as Feeding America, where each of his shop locations donates to the largest hunger relief organization in the United States. Meanwhile, the company's annual Make-A-Wish Foundation golf fundraiser supports life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. One industry colleague perhaps summed it up best. She said, "He's one of us. He puts his pants on like you and me. He's down to earth, and he can get down with anyone on any level." So please help me welcome to the stage Matt Ebert, founder and CEO of Crash Champions, as BodyShop Business's 2022 Multi-Shop Executive of the Year.
Okay. Hey, Michael, you don't have to apologize for getting emotional, because that passion just makes this really meaningful. So thank you. I'm always seem like I'm the emotional guy at the lectern, so I'm glad you were the one. Okay, so next up, we have the Collision Industry Electronic Commerce Association, or most of us know as CIECA. You know, CIECA is a good example of an organization that was formed by those who care to solve a problem and to find solutions. Just as so many other organizations that we have, this is a good example. So I'm going to call up Paul Berry, Executive Director, and Phil Martinez, Chairman of the Board. So if you guys just come on up.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here. Each year, CIECA's Board of Trustees gives out special awards recognizing outstanding dedication and contribution to the organization. Our first award is for outstanding contribution in 2022. This award recognizes people who contribute the most through personal and corporate efforts to achieve CIECA's mission, objectives, and goals. This year, 3 individuals were chosen because of their endless hours working to define and create our next generation standards, CIECA API standards, also known as CAPAS. These individuals are playing a vital role in developing the CAPAS standards and committed to delivering them this year. This was a collaborative effort and could not have been possible without 3 members of that committee. The Architecture Committee, chaired by Dan Webster from Enlight, Andy Bober from Integral, and Mike Hastings from Carpart. Congratulations to all 3 for their awards. Please join us on the stage. Unfortunately, we only have 2 of the members. Andy was not able to attend, so we will be mailing him his award, but we do have Dan Webster and Mike Hastings. Our next award is the Chairman's Award. I get the pleasure of selecting these individuals, which recognizes people within CIECA who excel in taking a proactive approach to further the success of the organization. There are many individuals across the industry who support CIECA. As this year's chairman, 2 individuals stood out to me. They have exhibited extraordinary leadership, co-chairing a newly formed Emerging Technologies Committee, which has spun off several other committees to develop standard solutions for both calibration and repair procedures. As you know, this is crucial to our industry's mission of ensuring safe and proper repairs. The Emerging Technology Co-Chairs are true leaders in our industry, and for that reason, I've chosen Gene Lopez from Snyder's Collision and Frank Turlip from Auto Texcelerators to receive this year's Chairman's Award. Run, Frank, run, run.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, you guys.
All right, now our final award. It's 2022 Company of the Year. This award recognizes a company that contributes the most through its employees, resources, and dedication to help CIECA achieve its mission, objectives, and goals. The company chosen this year truly supports CIECA and its mission in many more ways than just volunteering on committees. They are very active on the Board of Trustees, have committed to 5-year terms on the Executive Committee, assist in our yearly Connects conference by coordinating individuals to help with registration and other tasks, and are always providing meeting rooms when needed. Every time we call out to CIECA members for help, this company steps up and assists in any way they can. That's true dedication. For those reasons, we have chosen Enterprise Holdings as Company of the Year. I would also like to personally recognize Kim DeValence Karen for her personal dedication on behalf of Enterprise. Accepting the award is Kim and Yvette Burke. Thank you very much.
Okay, so next up, another organization that was organized to provide solutions and ideas to the industry, Collision Repair Education Foundation. And I'm going to ask Managing Director Brandon Eckenrode, where are you? Come on up.
Good morning. Brandon Eckenrode, Managing Director with the Collision Repair Education Foundation. And the Fueling the Future Award that we're giving out tonight recognizes either an individual or a company that has gone above and beyond in helping out the collision repair school program students or instructors around the country. I'd like to recognize Lisa Ferguson as a past award recipient of this as well, who's also in the room. So congrats again, Lisa, on that past award. For those of you that might not be aware, it was in roughly the 2008-2009 time period where CREF transitioned from working together with ICAR and distributing curriculum to schools to being the philanthropic organization that we are today. So going out on behalf of the industry and working with our incredible partners and individuals and helping out the future of the industry. So with it being close to about 15 years of us being in this philanthropic focus, it's kind of expected and natural that some of those original partners and people that you were working together, we were working together with, would be approaching retirements. So this award is being given to, Jeff, next slide, recognizing Rod Habel from Sherwin-Williams. And Rod, I've known pretty much my entire 20-year career, and he has always been there for schools and students across the country, not just in the Chicagoland area, but across the country, and working together with Rod, whether it's giving out donations or things like that, or participating in some of our events. But I'm not going to go into a great amount of detail in terms of our involvement with Rod, because what I wanted to present to you today was you guys hearing exactly from those that are on the receiving end of the support. So we have two instructors that will be explaining what Rod's support has meant to them in their programs. I'm sure all of you are aware and heard me or others talk about the fact that these collision instructors are working with such limited program budgets that this type of support that's provided to them means a world of difference. So the first instructor that you will see a quick testimonial on is Jay Abbott's from Freedom High School in Freedom, Wisconsin. And Jeff, can you play the video?
Hi, I'm Jay Abbott's collision repair instructor at Freedom High School in Freedom, Wisconsin. I apologize for not being able to be there with you at SEMA, but I was given this opportunity to honor our friend Rod Habel from Sherwin-Williams for his contributions to the Collision Repair Education Foundation and our program. As it is with most schools, our budget is very small. Even though we are well supported in our school and our community, the regular budget just does not supply enough, especially when it comes to refinishing materials. Rod and Sherwin-Williams have generously bridged the gap in our budget to meet student needs. I first met Rod through CREF about 10 years ago as a recipient of a paint school training voucher. Good training opportunities that fit my teaching schedule are hard to come by. At the end of the course, as I was thanking him for the opportunity, Rod asked what else our school might need. I explained that our budget was very small and refinishing materials were scarce. The next week, Rod delivered a truckload of primers and clears, as well as copies of the training materials that we used in class, and that was just the beginning. Over the next few years, these donations became annual. Updated materials and primers and clears as needed. We could never afford to spray practice or test panels in large quantities, and we were forced to do additional live work to recoup some of the cost of our refinishing materials. The Sherwin-Williams product that Rod provided took the pressure off and really allowed us to focus on learning. Students were given many more opportunities to spray and with top-notch products. These donations and their generosity between Rod and Sherwin-Williams really changed the trajectory of our program. A short time later, we received our first mixing bank. We never had a chance to teach color, mixing, tinting, or color theory with a hands-on approach before. Rod and Sherwin-Williams' generosity truly took our program to the next level. I'm not sure where our program would be without this support. Rod has been a great supporter and friend. Thank you, Rod, for your service and dedication to CREF, Freedom High School, and collision repair across the country. I want you to know that you have made an impact on my life, my profession, my students, and the future of our program. Enjoy your retirement, friend. It's well deserved.
Obviously, Jay could not be here out at SEMA, unfortunately, this week, but I'd like to introduce you one instructor that I've known, I think, pretty much almost my entire 20-year career, and that's Kenny McMillan from Kennedy King College on the south side of Chicago. And he's going to share some quick comments, too, about how Rod's impacted his program as well. Kenny?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I would like to express my special thanks and gratitude to Rod Hable and all that he has done for our program at Kennedy King College over the years, as well as everyone at Sherwin-Williams who embraced our collision program and gave us the golden opportunity to supply us with all the necessary paint products, equipment, and advanced training for all our collision instructors. Rod, you have come through for us on many occasions. For example, when our students wanted to attend the Chicago Auto Show, you made it possible that every student could attend. This was a very great learning experience for them all. You also made it possible to create a special paint training class just for Kennedy King College students to attend in Burr Ridge to obtain their painter's certification. See, you know the importance of this career, and continuing education is an important factor to make sure technicians in this collision industry know the best practices and continue to expand their knowledge on all the latest products and procedures. Rod has shown that you can make a difference in the student's life by the day-to-day things that you do for them. Those small things work together to make a big difference in the lives of others. Again, it was a great privilege and honor to have reached out to you and all the support that you've given our program on many, many occasions. I salute you, Rod, for a job well done. Thank you.
Please join me in recognizing Rod Hable from Sherwin-Williams.
That was pretty cool. Congratulations, Rod. Okay, so next up, Greco Publishing. I'm going to ask Senior Vice President Alicia Figurelli to come up. They're a first-time, this is the first time that you all, I guess, it's a first-time award and the first time you've been at this event. So.
Good morning. I'd like to first thank everyone who came together this morning to help honor the very best of the collision repair industry and all who have helped coordinate such an incredibly important event for us all. For over 33 years, Greco Publishing has had the privilege of recognizing the best of the best every day through our work with some of the most prominent collision and mechanical repair associations throughout the nation. From top-level executive leadership to the brand new member shop and soaking in as much information as possible. This industry is full of change makers, innovators, and incredibly talented, intelligent, and skilled professionals. Many of them grace our pages every month. It was actually during a recent project that the concept of this award was born. Merriam-Webster defines an icon as a person or thing widely admired, especially for having great influence or significance in a particular sphere. This already describes so many of us in the room this morning, not to mention many of those walking the floor this week. So what sets someone apart from the rest to make them an industry icon? To us, an industry icon rises above the fold through not only their extreme knowledge and skill, but also in their consistent service to fellow repair industry professionals. An industry icon is giving of themselves at a moment's notice without ulterior motive for the true betterment of the industry at large. An industry icon works tirelessly toward the greater goal of sharing their experience, imparting what's right, and improving the situation of anyone in their presence. Our inaugural Industry Icon Award winner is known locally, regionally, nationally, and globally as the go-to in collision repair. This person has committed themselves to working with repairers, whether one-on-one, 20 at a time, or in a packed ballroom, with the intent of having them leave the meeting a better professional than when they walked in. Whether you've met our award winner for the first time this morning or have known them for decades like I have, I'm sure you would agree that there could be no better definition of a true industry icon. And as an added bonus, I hear today is actually their birthday as well. It is my extreme honor and privilege to present the first ever Thomas Greco Publishing Industry Icon Award to the incomparable Mike Anderson.
You know, thank you. Every single time I get the opportunity, and I turn 60 today, but it seems the older I get, the more humbled and grateful I am for the opportunities. And my dad passed away in May, and this is a memory of him. He helped me understand how important quality was and customer service, and I'm grateful to that. And I've just had a lot of great mentors in my life. Sheila Loftus, who many of you know, passed away a couple days after my dad, so I lost two great mentors in less than a week. And Jeff Himmler, thank you for all you've done. Lou Delicio, thanks for telling me my baby was ugly when I was full of myself. And I'm just don't have a lot to say, except I'm just truly humbled and grateful. And shout out to my amazing team. I just have an amazing team, so thank you so much.
I think, congratulations, Michael. I think we have the Michaels on an emotional roll. This is great. I love it, right? The Michaels are very passionate about this industry, so thank you. Okay, so next up, another organization that was formed by the industry to address challenges that were being faced by the industry. And so ICAR, the Inter-Industry Conference on Auto Collision Repair, I'm going to invite CEO and President John Ben Alstein to the stage.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, and again, thank you, Jeff. And congratulations to everybody that's been awarded already and those to come. So I think I'm going to change the name rhythm here a little bit. So we just had a bunch of Michaels, and now we're on to a different name. Okay, so this is really kind of probably my favorite part of coming to SEMA is coming to this award ceremony. And, well, excellence doesn't really need recognition because it's probably recognition all by itself, We all feel good when we know we're doing the right things. I'm just really pleased that ICAR will be sending a gold class shop and a platinum individual home with a nice trophy for their outstanding performance over many years, actually. So not just 2021 or 2022. It's important to recognize and call out these top achievers because they are role models who inspire others in the collision repair industry to excel. So I'd like to tell you about the contributions of our award recipients have made towards promoting technical education and professionalism in collision repair. These industry champs recognize the importance of education to delivering complete, safe, and quality repairs for the ultimate benefit of the consumer. So Jeff, can you cue, please? So I expect emotions might run high as I present our first award, which bears the name of Jeff Silver, our beloved industry leader we lost just over a month ago. Jeff was a great man. He was a mentor to many in this room. He was a mentor to me personally as I came into ICAR back in 2010. He was always there. I had messages from him all the time. He was eager to volunteer to do anything to help us in any way. And, you know, he'll be missed. He is missed. So since 2009, ICAR's been honoring an exceptional platinum individual with an award named after Jeff. But this is the first time we will present this award as the Jeff Silver Memorial Award. Many of you may remember when Jeff served as CEO of ICAR. He is considered the pioneer of the ICAR Gold Class and Platinum recognition programs. So while our grief over his loss is still fresh, it is comforting to know that his amazing legacy, a true and deep passion for training and professional growth, will live on and be celebrated with the annual presentation of the Jeff Silver Memorial Award. Just as Jeff showed the difference one person can make, our award recipient believes there's something he can do about the pervasive talent shortage. He's made it a personal mission to recruit new talent to the industry he loves. Just as important, he takes the time to nurture the newcomers and support the continuing professional development of everyone he works with. From the earliest days of his career, our award winner enjoyed mentoring less experienced technicians. He had a lot of them, a lot to offer them as a master ASE technician for body repair and refinish. Today, as the Fix Operations Director overseeing all of the service parts and collision operations at a Ford dealership, our award recipient continues to be a go-to expert for his team, always training to keep his knowledge up to date. He's been a platinum for the past 10 years and maintains a paint supplier certification. A proponent of ICAR's new subscription training option plan, he encourages every employee at his collision repair center to invest in their career development and take as many courses as they'd like. Decades before anyone was worried about a talent crisis, our award winner was scaling up his efforts to bring new talent into the industry. In the year 2000, he got involved with both area schools and a local ICAR committee. He's been continuously serving on a county school board advisory committee, where he was instrumental in getting ICAR curriculum adopted in area schools. Our award winner also served for about 15 years on the former Wyotech recruitment board. His contributions to ICAR's Broward County, Florida committee includes his service as the education chairman. He's been a participant in ICAR's collision repair voice of the customer feedback group. And our award recipient has been involved for many years with collecting and interpreting shop feedback for ICAR. That's helping us to continue to make our programming continuously better over time. Our award recipient also is involved with youth athletics, and I wonder if that's because those impressionable young minds might be receptive to careers in collision. I'm very pleased to see that what Jeff Silver started continues with this outstanding platinum individual who's determined to make a difference in our industry. So please recognize the recipient of the 2021 Jeff Silver Memorial Award, Bill Condren, Fixed Operations Director at Sawgrass Ford Collision Center in Sunrise, Florida. want to say some words?
Just real quick.
Sure.
Two things real quick. Thank you so much for the recognition. My first ICAR class in the late 80s, we had an instructor, his name was Bob Hodgson. And I'll never forget, I was sitting there, we were at Jimmy and Julia's suppy shop, and the first thing this guy says, he goes, do you know the difference between you in this room and an airline mechanic? I'm like, what is this guy talking about? We're fixing cars. And he says, how many people you can kill at one time? And I was floored by that. And so set the journey for me with ICAR training and the importance of it. The other thing that just lately has come across my mind is everybody knows who Tiger Woods is, right? So Tiger Woods was just inducted into the Hall of Fame. And his motto was, train hard, fight easy. Well, we should be training hard and working easy. So I would, training is very important to me. It's been a passion, and I appreciate the award. So train hard, work easy. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, it's up on the screen. The second award I'm presenting is the Russ Verona Memorial Award. A true industry pioneer, mentor, and friend, Russ owned and operated the first ICAR Gold Class designated business. In honor of Russ's memory and his many contributions, we present this award each year to a business that demonstrates its commitment to training and reinforces a positive image of the collision repair industry. To be considered for this award, a business must meet two important criteria. First, it must have achieved ICAR Gold Class designation for at least 5 consecutive years. And second, the business owners and staff must actively promote Gold Class and the importance of training to the industry. The Collision Repair Center earning the Russ Verona Award for its 2021 performance is family-owned and operated, serving a major Midwestern urban market since 1978. Its ambition to operate as a premier repair facility and its attention to detail that attracts even out-of-state customers has enabled the shop to grow into one of the largest independent-owned collision repair facilities in the country. The award we present today adds to the prestige of the shop, which is a 2-time recipient of the NACE National Collision Repair Business of the Year Award. To be the best, our award-winning Collision Repair Center invests heavily in the education of its staff, who hold ICAR Platinum credentials and are certified by ASE and dozens of OEMs. Having a well-trained technician staff has long been part of its operating strategy. Our award recipient has adhered to ICAR's Gold Class standard continuously since 1993, and next year is going to mark the 30th year, so congratulations on that, making it one of a very small group of shops in the country to reach this significant milestone. Our award winner wants to educate customers about the importance of quality repairs. Pride in the Gold Class designation surfaces on the shop's website, social media pages, staff business cards, signage in the customer waiting area, and even on shop coats. Our award-winning business is committed to the betterment of the industry and supports a number of industry organizations. It is a gold pin participant of the Collision Industry Conference and is represented on the Society of Collision Repair Specialists by the Collision Center's president, who is a past board chairman and one of the original members of SCRS. He also is a past advisory board member of Mitchell International, and this individual is also an inductee in the esteemed Hall of Eagles. Our award winner also cares about the broader community where it operates. It prides itself on being environmentally minded, doing its part to recycle, reduce waste, VOC gas emissions, and help maintain a safe, healthy environment. It gives back to the community by supporting a local school district and sponsoring programs that serve individuals in distress. These include the Hope House, a therapeutic residence for teenage girls, Miracle of Innocence, support for release and reentry into society of innocent prisoners, and Uplift, a mobile street outreach for the homeless. So please recognize the 2021 Russ Verona Memorial Award recipient, Evelyn Brothers Collision Repair, Inc. in Merriam, Kansas, and accepting the award is the shop's president, Bill Evelyn. And as Bill's on his way up, I'd like to recognize Amanda, who actually looks after all the training for the organization, so thank you for that.
Thank you very much. I'm sure there's other people that are probably more deserving, but I accept that award on behalf of my shop, my staff, my people, and my daughter Amanda, who takes care of all the training and travel, etc. ICAR stuff, OE training. She should get the award, actually. Anyway, I just want to say that thank God for the early comers who saw a need in the early years for training in our industry. I remember when it all started, and wow, we couldn't do what we do without ICAR and what they've done and what they continue to do. So I just want to thank all those involved in that from the beginning all the way forward, and I have great expectations that it will only continue to grow and continue to improve. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you to everyone in this room. Thank you for your leadership, your dedication, and your drive to inspire the next generation of collision repair professionals so that the next generation of consumers on the road are safe riding in vehicles repaired by properly trained technicians like the award recipients we celebrate today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John, and congratulations to the winners. Again, just looking at the list of people that are up on the stage, sitting over there as an observer, it's pretty amazing. Some amazing people that have accomplished amazing things. So, okay, so next up, yet again, another organization that was developed by the industry to solve an issue, the National Auto Body Council. And I'd like to introduce Bill Garut, President and CEO.
Thank you. Good morning. We're not here today to present any awards per se, but we're here to give accolades to all in this room and all the people that are a part of your organizations that unfortunately are not here. The NABC, our mission and vision is to make the collision industry the best it can be and put on its best face for the communities where we live and work. And as was heard earlier today, some of those programs have been used by some of the recipients this morning of the awards. In 1994, the organization was formed, I believe, out of a CIECA discussion as to someone needs to step up and take control and really manage the image and vision, or maybe not the vision, but the image of the industry and put our best foot forward. And there were a great many people stepped forward to be a part of that in the early years and have certainly built a foundation for us to continue to do that today as an organization. The National Auto Body Council has some 3,000 members these days. We probably have in excess of, I don't know, we have 20,000 shops represented in our organization as well. And we run our organization very leanly with 3 staff members. A great deal of what you'll see and the numbers I'm about to share with you are done primarily by volunteers and those of you in this room. The flagship program of the National Auto Body Council is the program called the NABC Recycled Rides Program, and that is where the repairers step forward and say, we're willing to contribute our time, effort, energy, and expertise in our community to refurbish a vehicle and put it back in service to a family or an organization need in our community. And those vehicles are donated primarily by the carriers, sometimes by the rental car companies. The repairers draw upon all of their relationships in the community to put that vehicle back in like new condition. And then we in turn help them coordinate getting that vehicle into some person's hand that is in need of reliable transportation. To date, since 2007, the National Auto Body Council, we have now exceeded 3,000 vehicles that we've been put back in service in the United States today. And if you monetize that, that looks to be about $45 million worth of vehicles that are back in service in the communities where we all live and work. And that unto itself, as an industry, we deserve a round of applause. So congratulations. For we cannot do what we do without everybody in this room. And the other program that has truly gained traction and truly made an impact in the communities where we live and work is a program we refer to as FREE, the National Auto Body Council First Responder Emergency Extrication. We work in partner with the extrication tool providers, the carriers, the insurance companies, the rental car companies, to actually donate late model vehicles for the firefighters to experience work on those vehicles, and especially late model vehicles. And I believe too, this came as a result of the need from our community saying we don't have the ability to get late model cars to work on or to train on or to experience how do we get in and out of those things, whether it be technology, whether it be airbags, the construct of the vehicle itself, things of that nature. And through the industry, we've been able to do that. And earlier I got to think about what month this is. We're in November. So last month, we hit a milestone in that program as well. And we exceeded training 5,000 first responders around the United States. So we believe that we are fulfilling our mantra, which is changing and saving lives every day. So when we look at the gifting of vehicles, we're averaging about a vehicle a day being gifted back into the community, which is pretty amazing numbers. And then what we're doing with the first responders is as well helping those communities do what they do on a regular basis. So again, my point in being here today is to bring accolades to this group of people. This is the cream of the crop in this room, and we could not do what we do on an ongoing basis without your support, without your participation, and without your passion for giving back to the communities where we all do business on a day in, day out basis. In the early days, a body shop was not looked upon as one of those high-profile, polished organizations or businesses in a community. And they were there, they served a purpose. We only got to go into their facilities once about, I think the average at that time was 6 or 7 years. And today with younger children, newer cars, I think we're in there every other week, some would say. But it is done, and it takes a village to do what we do, to keep a high profile expectation for the communities where we work in. At that time, these were not the pleasant shops. The guest chair in there was, when you walked in, was a 72 Ford F-150 bench seat. And the guard dog that watched the shop at the night was, during the night, was on the customer's seat. So they'd dust away, Fido would go away and they'd just have a seat. And the guy came in with a mask, if you remember, Laryl and Chuck Slukal at doing their routine many times, that's kind of what it was. Today, when you walk into a shop, it's like you're walking into a Starbucks. And I think we've done a lot for our industry and the image of the industry over the years. So with that being said, thank you so much for allowing us to do that. We'll continue to fight the good fight. On a personal note, I'll be stepping away in my role with the National Auto Body Council at the end of the year, but we'll remain involved in the industry. So I look forward to seeing you all soon. If you have a chance and you can make that trek over there at the conclusion of the festivities here this morning, we'll be gifting 9 vehicles here somewhere around 9:30 this afternoon, or this morning, I mean. So join us there if you have the opportunity. A round of applause to the audience, and thank you so much for the image that has been created for the National Auto Body Council's efforts. Mr. Peevy.
Thank you, Bill. Those numbers are amazing and just astonishing to think of the volunteer and the work and all the things that has happened to make all of those cars be gifted and be rebuilt. It's an amazing process, and I was very thankful to have an opportunity to be somewhat involved for a while. Okay, so next up is, again, one of the event's main sponsors, the Society of Collision Repair Specialists, or SCRS. Another organization I would call attention to that was developed by a generation that acted upon things they saw that needed to be addressed and organized themselves. And so I would like to introduce Aaron Schulenberg, Executive Director Barry Dorn, Toby Chess, Toby's here. Hey, Toby, come on up. And Dale Matsumoto. Come on. Let's see what you have to say. Appreciate you.
Thank you all for being here this morning. This is a remarkable event, and I guess it's really special to stand up here and look out at everybody and all the award winners, and congratulations to everybody who's been recognized today. I can't think of more deserving individuals to grace this stage. We just appreciate all the people in this industry. The people are really what make what we do special. And I think you've gotten to see a lot of that today. Your friends, your peers, and your colleagues getting to come up here and share with you why the collision repair industry is so important to them. So we're here to present the March Taylor Award. This is a very special and meaningful award for all of us, and I've been fortunate to stand up here a number of times, but it just hit me how important it is with the four of us being up here because of what March was to the four of us and to so many in this room. You have an individual who just mentored and guided people and served as this light for what was right to do. And when March passed, it was really important that his legacy of doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons, that became this mantra for SCRS and hopefully for so many others, that was honored and acknowledged and rewarded and reminded every single year and at every opportunity that we get. And that shined deeply in our actions, and that when we as organizations, as people, as members of the collision repair industry did things, that we were able to feel like we were reflecting what we had learned from somebody who was really important to all of us. And you'll see over here, we'll hold it up here in a moment, but our award is a shirt, and it's a shirt that was made to match March Taylor's work shirts, because March was a technician, and when he passed, his wife Patty sent a handful of us his work shirts that he wore in the shop every day. And for all of us, we framed them, we hung them over our shoulder, because it's something that we can look up to. something that we can look to for guidance when we're sitting on a call, in a conversation, in an email, working on a project to go, is this the right thing? And what we hope is that these serve as a reminder to everybody who receives them going forward of what they mean to the industry and what others see in them and what they see of March in them. So this is less about a contribution. It's less about an action. It's less about a specific thing. This is an award about spirit. It's about who you are as an individual. You can't fake that, and you can't learn that. You either are that or you're not. So I'd like, Dale, I know you don't want to say much, but I really would like you to talk for a moment about what Kina Ole is and what it means from a cultural aspect.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't really like to talk, especially here. You know, if the lights were off, it would be too bad. March was, not to get emotional because I will. March was more than a mentor to me. He was he was my second dad, really. He raised me as an adult, really raised me. I went to work for March back in 1979, and somewhere, I want to say somewhere around 1985, I realized I really wasn't working for March. I really was working with March. He really took me under his arms and mentored me. And I think I really felt that he treated me like family, or actually better than his own kids sometimes. But anyway, this Hawaiian word, kinoole, if you break it down, the very first part, if you look on a screen, the very first part of the word kina actually means a blemish or a defect or some kind of flaw. And then the second part of the word ole actually means without. So when you put the two words together, it actually means without flaw. Anyways, but you know, we all have our flaws. March was no different. Though what I believe what was different about March was that he had this, you guys know, he had this incredible, I want to say, attribute in identifying these problems or concerns, and at the same time, he had this passion of wanting to get things so right, so much right, and anything less really wasn't acceptable to him. But at the same time, he had really this calm and peaceful way of getting things done. You know, March's gift of kinoole was not so much of that he was doing the right things, because kinoole, true kinoole, really happens naturally. It has a really deeper meaning. It doesn't happen in your head. It happens here. It happens in your heart. You don't think about it. It just happens deep inside. You do it, like I said, because it came from your heart. And this was March. He really did things like that. And you know, he really loved this industry. I can tell you, he so much loved you guys. He would tell me he loved everyone here. Especially for those of you who really gave it all, really perfected your skill in whatever you were doing. And it didn't matter to him whether you was a owner, a manager, a technician. It didn't matter even if you weren't a repairer, if you were another part of this industry. He loved you guys. He really did. For those of you know, or who have met March, you know what I'm talking about. He just had this gift of seeing people for what they really are. And for those of you who don't, and I say this before just remember this so-called gift, this gift of kinoole. It's like all other gifts. It's really better for you, better for your soul, better for your inner spirit to share that gift, to make this place a better world. Sorry. March, it's been over 15 years now since he passed. And we think about him every day. But, so on behalf of Auto Body Hawaii, on behalf of the Taylor family, on behalf of my family, we'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank especially Toby, Barry, Aaron, Jeff, Jordan, SCRS, in honoring March and the values that it stood for. Thank you very much.
I don't think you have to look very hard to see how important that presenting this award is to all of us, right? This is it's like you said, John, we all look for, this is one of our favorite moments of the year, not just of the event, but of the year. There are very few recipients of this so far. Gary Wano was our first. Petra Schroeder, who's here, Petra was our second. The late John Norris from Canada was our third. And last year, despite the fact that he wasn't able to be here, Toby Chess was our most recent recipient. So, Toby, you were one of March's very best friends. You guys filled our hearts with so much laughter during your presentations. If you want to maybe just talk for a moment about what that spirit means. And you never had a chance to be here to accept it and to address. Come on up.
Patty referred to me at the celebration of March's life as his second wife without sex. And Mr. Dorn stood up and said, "How do you know?" And Patty gave him a look, and if you know Barry Dorn, gave him a look that put him to shame. I've never seen Barry since ever have that look. What you people don't realize is that March would get up at 4 a.m. to get to the shop by 5 a.m. so he could communicate with the information providers on times that were not right in the database. When he got up to 200 of them, he said, "I can't do this anymore. They're coming in faster than I can handle them." And that was the birth of the DEG. So understand where it came from. That picture I took of March, and if you ever saw the two of us together, we were crazy. When we did our presentations, he never saw them. We never rehearsed them. But it always came off seamlessly. And I said there would never be another time I'd get somebody who would feed off of me and I could feed off of him until Kai came along. This is a story about Kai. March came in one day and we were going to Palm Springs. He says, I heard about this guy down in Orange County that I've been dealing with. I'd like to see his shop. So I called the shop and made arrangements to go down and have lunch, or see the shop with March, and we went to Kai's shop. And we're standing in this unbelievably perfect office, reception area. And we said to the receptionist, we're here to see Kai. And she says, fine, I'll get him. And out comes this guy with a ponytail down to his butt, and short pants, a black shirt, and tennis shoes. No socks. And we looked at this guy and we laughed, introduced us. One of the best days of my life when I met Kai. That started a relationship with all of us. Referring to this picture, just to tell you how crazy this man was. We were fixing a Honda Pilot, and he finished it up and we put it on the alignment rack before we sent it to paint, just to make sure it was right. And the camber was off by 0.5 millimeters. I said, you got a loose steering subframe. No, I don't. And we'd sit there and argue about it. And he kept saying, it's good enough, it's good enough. And I said, no, it's not in the green yet. It's in the green, but it's not perfect. And the two of us argued. Next thing you know, takes a hammer and go, whack. There it is, perfect. Now, March was a great mentor to all of us. He stood for what Kino is. Do it right for the right reason, at the right time, period. And, this award means more to than any award that I ever received. And I've received a couple over the years, but this is the top because he was my friend.
So the stories are important because it's important that you understand what Kino Ole means, and it's important that you understand who March Taylor was to understand why the next person who will receive it is honored with it. So with that, I want to introduce Barry Dorn, who will make the introduction to our recipient.
Dale, you had me going there. It's always hard for me whenever I talk about March. Those that have heard me speak up here know that, he was so close to me and my family that we named our third son after him. So with that said, the thing about March that all of us loved was he was an everyday person. He owned the most gorgeous shop in Hawaii, overlooking the Pacific, but he wanted to be in the shop with his guys. And he totally changed my mindset on how I do things. And the person that we want to honor with this award is someone that I met when he was a certified technician at a friend's shop in Northern California. He was a certified Tesla, Audi, Porsche, and Mercedes-Benz technician. Phenomenal technician. When I went to train at his shop, or my friend's shop, before I had to go into training for a certification, I would always stop there first. And the first vehicle I saw there was a Porsche, a white Porsche, I'll never forget it. There was nothing there from the firewall forward, nothing. It was and no interior in it. And this car was being fixed. And I saw this car and I was like, oh my God, how, there's no way I personally would want to continue any of this and fix this vehicle. This person did that and it was phenomenal. In fact, I found out that it was wrecked again, like a week later after he had fixed it. This person, he moved from, or he and his family moved from Northern California to Colorado. And he has been a part of my team. He's been a part of my life for quite some time now. This person is tireless, just like March was, at getting up early and staying up late to do the right thing for those who don't have a voice, who don't want their voice known, who don't know how to articulate their voice. This person has done nothing but show us time and time again that he cares, and he cares selflessly about what goes on, and he embodies what Kiana Ole is. So with that said, I don't want to delay it anymore. For those that don't know, Danny Grenenberg, we would love to honor you.
We don't actually expect you to carry this home. There's one that's been shipped and it will be at your house this week. Thank you so much.
Come on, Danny, you got it. You can do it. Just not that long.
Again, thank you so much. I mean, this just, I had no idea that, you know, this would ever be a thing, you know, that I would be standing up here and accepting an award, and that's not, you know, I don't want the, you know, I didn't think I would get a recognition like this, but, you know, it's not about the recognition. It's, you know, doing it back to the industry. I love giving back, you know, because there was a time that I needed help, and I was reaching out, you know, to the resources that were available, and, you know, through the DEG, and I'm very fortunate, you know, to be a part of such a great industry that's given me so much, and again, I just want to be able to give back to everyone here and, you know, to the entire industry. So again, thank you, and I promise to keep the legacy going, and, you know, making sure that we can do a better job and move things forward. So thank you very much, and appreciate it.
I'll say, as somebody who served as the first administrator of the Database Enhancement Gateway, Danny is the best administrator of the Database Enhancement Gateway, and everybody who has the opportunity to use it knows exactly why you received this. We have one last series of recognitions that we would like to make, and then we'll thank you all for your time here. SERS often does an awards event in April, and we haven't had the opportunity to do that, and we acquiesced it this April for some other events to make room for them. But there are some important people that we often recognize during that event that we did not want to let the year go by and not recognize. SERS is important to all of us who sit around the table, and I like to believe that it's incredibly important to those we represent and those out in the industry. And we are celebrating this year our 40th year. And that's because of many of the people sitting in this room, and I'm looking at Bill, and I'm looking at Jeff, and I know Lou's in here, and we have so many people who contributed to the founding of that. But SERS isn't what it is without the industry behind it. It's that simple. This event wouldn't be here if not for the industry behind it. The activity that we do wouldn't be here without the industry behind it. And that support from the industry makes this ours, collectively. And it's important to us to recognize those companies, not just the individuals, but those companies that stand behind this organization. Whether they always agree with it or not, they recognize the importance of it. And that's what's so special. And so what I'm going to ask is, I'm going to go through, we have corporate members that are far more deserving of recognition than we have the opportunity to give it to them. I'm going to go through a series of companies, the corporations who serve as corporate members of SERS. And if you represent one of those companies, I'd like you to just rise, stay standing, while the rest of your peers rise as well. And I'd like you all to give them a healthy round of applause because this is because of them. So 1-800-RADIATOR, 3M, Axo Nobel, ALLDATA, Alliance for Automotive Innovation, Audi, Axalta, BASF, Caroliner, CCC, Select, Chief, Condition Now, Enterprise, Ford, GM, Hunter Engineering, Hyundai, John Bean, Lectron, our newest corporate member who's here exhibiting, LKQ, Lord, Mercedes-Benz, Mitchell, Auto Care Collision Center, NCS Single Source, Nissan, OEC, OEM Collision Repair Roundtable, PPG, Saint-Gobain, Sherwin-Williams, Spark Underwriters, Stellantis, Subaru, Sun, Terrason, Toyota, VW. This is our thanks to you. We appreciate everything you do to move this industry forward. The whole of this industry is greater than the sum of its parts. And thank you to all the organizations who participated, and thank you, Jeff, for leading the way on this one, and I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Aaron. I hate following him. Well, as we come to a conclusion for this event, we've all had an opportunity to witness greatness and witness people with passion and caring and all of those traits that we all would recognize as being valuable to our communities and to our industry. So I'm just going to leave you with one thought, and that is that we all have a choice to make. We always can have an excuse about to not make a choice, but you have a choice to make, and that is make a choice to go an extra mile and do something positive for this industry besides just your day job. You can say, well, I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I'm too busy. Trust me, I know all of those excuses. In fact, I keep them right here, so I know them. But just going back to even Jeff Silver, and I was thinking about that. So in 1990, I was a little younger than I am now, walked into a room, went to a conference the first time. It was an ICAR conference. And I was very intimidated. I didn't know anybody. I come from a small town, never had been to anything nationally in the industry, and I was very intimidated. And Jeff Silver seen me. He had talked to me out in the hall, and he recognized that I was very timid because I'm, believe it or not, a very shy person by nature, more so then for sure. He said, we stood at the door as I was about to go in, and he said, if you look around the room, just about everybody in here knows somebody that you know. And when you tell them where you're from, and what you do, what you've done, they'll probably ask you if you know somebody, and you probably will. And what I found that day was I knew a lot of people, I just didn't know it. So if you're a young person in this industry and you're intimidated by coming into a room that seems like a lot of people that know each other and they're all giving each other handshakes and telling stories, first of all, as a young person, you're needed. You're really needed in this industry. And you are our future. But those people shouldn't intimidate you. They will be the first ones that if you show an interest, they will help you. And you can be the future generation that stands on this stage and is recognized for doing something really positive for this industry, and that matters. And so I want to leave you with that thought. Again, I thank SCRS, BodyShop Business for sponsoring this event, and for all of you taking the time to be here. It's really special, and I'm without words, to tell you the truth, which is kind of rare when I think about the people that just come across this stage and those of you that I'm just making eye contact with. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of the show, and I'm sure I'll get a chance to see you, or I hope to. So thank you.